30 seconds.
All right, guys, we're here in Carlsbad for the Cavemen Hawks game. Centennial traveled 3 hours from Las Cruces. We're going to get on the radio here. We're going to be doing a dual broadcast right now on both radio on KAMQ and on Facebook and YouTube through All Sports Best.
3, 2, 1, you're live.
All right, guys, 42 seconds, and we're going to actually, looks like we're going to start the national anthem here a bit early as the Cavemen get lined up for that national anthem to be played here in just a minute. Excited for today's game. A big bounce back for the Cavemen is expected for today. The Centennial Hawks listed at 4-10 on the year so far. Cavemen at 11-5. We're going to be right back after a few words from our sponsors and the national anthem. This break brought to you by Thunder Concrete, Sutherland's, and Stevens Inn.
Off.
You know, Ruben, one of the things that I've noticed is that basketball doesn't really play by the rules of baseball. They just step on the line, and it's just crazy to me. But I guess you step on the line 100 times throughout the game, and that's just kind of par for the course.
Yeah, they just go by different rules.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, because in baseball, you step on the line, and it's like bad luck. Your teammates are talking about it. It's in your head. And in basketball, it's just like, no, we step on the line. That's what we do. So we're getting prepared for the intros for the Cavemen.
4, 3,
I guess
2,
they're not.
1, live.
I guess they're not turning off the lights today, huh?
No light switch is off today.
Donnie doesn't have a light crew.
But we can't. I mean, it's hard to kind of bounce back into that after losing like the way we did.
Yeah.
We had a time to go ahead and try it, and then it failed in a big way. At least the Cavemen's game didn't work out in a big way, and so it's like, hey, let's see what happens if we leave the lights on, which is unfortunate because it's probably the coolest like effect that we do.
Yeah.
And I was getting ready to start investing in some like different lights for the Cavemen and everything like that. It'd been pretty sweet, but oh well, guess I'll save some money. So the Cavemen are going to take on the Centennial Hawks. If you're just joining us, it's Trey and Ruben of All Sports Best. You can catch the game over on YouTube Live and on Facebook Live as well. Carlsbad Radio on YouTube has the girls' game going on right now from Las Cruces, so you can catch that as well. Really want to give a big thanks to KAMQ for having us on in Carlsbad Radio. If you know somebody else that's interested in listening to this game, they can catch it at 96.3 FM. So let's go ahead and get into the Hawks roster as a whole. Number 0, Aiden Marin. Number 1, Trayson Huntsman. Number 2, Walden Thomas. Number 3, Jacob Mora. Number 12, Johnny Renteria. Number 13, Ruiz Labarin. Number 23, Kulikan 2. Number 24, Leo Zamora. Number 33, Tyler Dollar. Number 34, Andres Atencio Villegas. Number 42, Anthony Edis. Number 44, Braden Kai. Coached by Vincent Carrillo. Assistant coaches David Flores, James Alba, Louis Labarin, and Darren Smith. For the Cavemen, the full lineup: number 0, Tanner Cornum. Number 1, Malik Mills. 2, Kieran Orgain. 3, Zenas Huerta. 4, George Herrera. 11, Jacob Chavarria. Number 12, Kevin Quarles. 14, Sonika Green. 20, Dryden Priest. 21, Jonah Moyers. 22, Shane Sullivan. 32, Elijah Banks. 34, Brandon Sullivan. And number 44, Mario De Leon. Head coach John Zumbra, and assistants Derek Sullivan, Joseph Munoz, Todd Flores, and Micah Calderon. Ruben, based on the 2 lineups, it looks like we're pretty even matched in terms of numbers of coaches and numbers of players, which we usually see the other teams have about 5 less players than us, but it looks like we only have maybe a couple more on our roster than they do.
Yeah, we still might have them on coaching staff.
Yeah, maybe.
If you count trainers and photographer, team photographer.
Sure. So getting the start for the Cavemen today, Kieran Orgain, number 2, senior, listed at 6'1". Number 3, Zenas Huerta, getting a start again today, a junior, listed at 5'8". Number 11, Jacob Chavarria, senior, listed at 5'10". Number 22, Shane Sullivan, a junior, listed at 6'4", the height for the Carlsbad Cavemen. And his brother, number 34, Brandon Sullivan, senior, listed at 6'2". And the Carlsbad Cavemen gonna look to bounce back. They swapped back to their lineup from the previous games that we had seen, with Zenas Huerta back in it. Malik Mills got the start last night. They switched off today, and I don't know if they switch off all the time. Kind of a cool moment. Derek Sullivan, an assistant coach for the Cavemen, doing some chest bumps or some shoulder bumps with his brothers before the game, kind of like some good luck stuff. He was a good player himself. Ruben, fun to watch as well for the Cavemen.
Yeah, we're getting to the end of the Sullivan era soon. I mean, we've got a junior. That's the oldest one, right?
The
girl,
youngest
I think,
one?
Is the
Is that the youngest boy? Okay. Yeah, could
so,
be.
So that's, and I think it's like 7 or 8. They,
Okay.
They have a lot of boys.
Yeah.
So
So we're going to get things started here. Shane Sullivan in the circle to face off against Hooligan 2, which I was hoping wasn't a starter because I did not know how to say his name. So we're going to go ahead and do our best.
I would
to
just
hope
say call him
that's-
Cooley. It's short.
All right, so the Cavemen win the tip-off by a lot. I don't know if Centennial was trying or if they just got a late jump, but Jacob Chavarria has it up at the 3, and Huerta now up to the top to Shane Sullivan. Orgain goes to drive, kicks it out to Brandon Sullivan. The 3-point shot is no good, but Shane Sullivan gets the rebound, goes up, and
nice.
a great move by Shane Sullivan. A big reason why he is so successful for the Cavemen. He puts the hard work in the paint and finishes it at the basket. So Cavemen get the first 2 of the game, and Centennial throws one away on a pass. So Carlsbad going to try and look to tack things on early, much like Cruces did against them last night. So Huerta has it. He skips it over to Brandon Sullivan. Sullivan goes to drive, and he gets fouled. Going to call this for a block. Felt like it wasn't very convincing of a foul.
Much. It wasn't much, for sure, to get that first foul on number 23. Cooley?
Yeah, so 7 minutes, 16 seconds. Orgain to pass it in. He gets it up over top to Shane Sullivan. And at the front court, we've got Zenas Huerta to Sullivan. Sullivan again, kind of motioning back and forth. Orgain goes to the basket, goes to throw it away. And he does, out of bounds, essentially.
Should be Carlsbad's ball.
But it knocks off of the Centennial hand, and guess they went to go get the ball. It looked like they had a clear path for the ball, but some miscommunication, and it goes out of bounds. Cavemen pass it in to Chavarria. Chavarria over to Orgain. Orgain with a 3-point shot. This one from deep. It comes up short. Centennial trying to move quickly in transition. Cavemen get back pretty quickly, and they set up their half-court defense. Centennial looking to get inside. Number 42 gets it to number 13. That's number 42, Anthony Edis, and scored by number 13, Ruiz Labrin. So the first points for Centennial here come in the paint for Labrin. Assistant coach is, I believe, his dad on the team. Sullivan skips it over to Orgain. Orgain to the wing for Huerta. The three-point shot is no good, and Cavemen 0 for 3 from threes.
Gonna keep track of that.
It's kind of it's been a theme here for the last couple of days, unfortunately. And the three-point shot for the Hawks, no good. And 2 gets the rebound, gets it inside to his teammate Thomas, and he goes up. Nice move, but it doesn't go. Carlsbad gets the rebound. Chavarria brings it down. Chavarria at the wing gets it over to Huerta. Huerta to Sullivan, looked for the three-point shot, didn't like what he saw. Chavarria goes to drive, he kicks it out. And again, Cavemen driving just to kick it out. And I mean, if you're a team that hasn't played them before, it comes as maybe a surprise. And then after the first quarter, you start to get almost callous to it. Like you're just, you know, they're not going to actually go for, you know, go up to the basket.
You stop guarding the drive.
Yeah, you stop jumping with them to try and block it. All right, 2 has it. 2 makes a move to his left, goes up with his left, and gets fouled on the way up. Looks like that foul is going to be on Shane Sullivan, and it is. So 2 to the line to shoot 2. 2 to the line to shoot. No good. Came up
number
long.
should have been 2.
That's a tough form right there, Ruben. No spin on the ball, and it's got to be right in the hoop or off the backboard. It's not going to get much. It's not going to get much forgiveness. So right there, he put it right in, and that makes for the first Centennial lead of the game. 3-2 Centennial leads as Jacob Chavarria brings it down the other way. Gets it into the hands of Brandon Sullivan. And over the top to Orgain, driving baseline. And Orgain has the first couple of points of his game.
Yeah, I think that's what he had last night. So he's already tied what he had last night.
So the Cavemen,
foul, I reach in.
And Orgain reaches in full body and commits the foul. And a very obvious call there for the referees.
It's funny when they throw their hand out like, come on, that wasn't a foul.
Right.
When it's obvious.
So that one was fully a cross body. So 4 minutes, 50 seconds here in the first quarter. Labrin to throw it in. He gets it into Edez. Edez goes to drive and kicks it out, but it's stolen away by Orgain. Orgain scanning downfield, trying to see if anybody's open downfield, down court, and he goes up, gets fouled, no call. That's interesting. And you just hope that the Cavemen don't see that and go, hey, we don't need to do that anymore. Because that was a great move for the Cavemen, and a pass up court to Orgain. Came off of his shoulder a little bit inside. But he recovered and passed it to Huerta for 2. So luckily, Cavemen were able to recover on that one.
That was a dunk waiting to happen, huh?
Yes, it was.
That guy.
Absolutely, and I think he was just trying to see, like he looked back to see how close he was to the basket.
Yeah.
But guys, we're going to be right back. Stick around. We got more for you. Here's a break by Air Compressor Solutions in Southeast Ready Mix.
30.
Zumbrin in the face of the referee right now, Ruben. I think it could have been about the Orgain lay-in, and I believe that would be the main reason he would.
A body went down. There was a lot of contact, you know what I mean? And then they have a little foul over here,
5,
and it's
4,
a foul. You know what I mean? So that's why he's calling back and forth. So
1, live.
if nothing else is to get back in their head, you know what I mean? Let them know.
Cavemen coming off of a timeout. Coach Zumbrin was in the face of the referee for the no call that happened against Orgain as he went up and got clearly hit with contact. But we'll see what happens or transpires throughout the rest of this game. Centennial passing it around. Having a hard time with their ball movement as the Cavemen have been pretty smothering so far. A three-point shot from the corner, no good for the Hawks, and Chavarria comes up with it after a couple of taps or touches. He kicks it out to Cornum. Cornum dribbles in, passes it away to Sullivan. Sullivan to Chavarria. Chavarria has a lane, kicks it out. Shane Sullivan has another lane, gets it inside, a nice move to the basket. He misses the layup,
Oh,
but
nice.
Chavarria puts it back in off the offensive rebound. So a
Good
good
effort.
job by Jacob Chavarria, and I hope that the Cavemen are
Inspired
watching.
and, yeah.
I mean, just go back, watch film. What's working, what's not. They've definitely used the paint today in a much better way than they did yesterday. So
Well,
that's great.
If nothing else, it's like they're playing with more heart. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like we need this,
we
and
want
we want
to-
this bad.
And
Yeah.
we're ripping down offensive rebounds.
Right.
So Mario De Leon and Malik Mills come in for Brandon Sullivan and Huerta. So with 3 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock, they'll get their first looks here in the game. And they're also bringing in Orgain and Priest for Chavarria and Shane Sullivan. So it's going to be Cornum, Priest, Mills, Orgain, and De Leon. Centennial trying to get the ball in. They do. They get it into Marin. Marin skips it around. Centennial drives baseline. The double clutch doesn't go, but the offensive rebound and the putback is good for Labyrinth for Centennial. He has 4 of the 5 points so far for the Hawks. Malik Mills with it here. He passes it up to Priest. Priest over to Orgain. Sets a screen. Orgain gets around him, goes to Cornum. Cornum at the wing. Up at the top to De Leon, and he passes it over to Priest. Priest to Mills. Cavemen just with a lot of ball movement outside of the three-point line and looking for some kind of opening. Orgain, I think, has more than enough opportunity to just cut to the basket at any time. I mean, there's just enough gaps, and he's quick enough to make it happen. Good move by Priest, and they're going to call this something. What do we see?
A carry.
A carry, okay. A Priest was going to work on getting to the basket there. A move he's solid at. The Cavemen trying to get to the basket to finish instead of passing it off today. 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Centennial with more ball movement. 2, drops it, regains possession. He works against De Leon, but it's stolen by Orgain. Orgain with the bounce pass to Mills. Mills goes up, gets blocked. And they're going to call a foul on the shot. Looked clean, but it might have been a body contact after the fact. Malik Mills with a big smile on his face. He knows he got away with one. And he's going to get to the line to hopefully tack on 2 points to his stat line today. So Mills, that was the first foul for Labyrinth. First free throw no good for Mills. So 2 minutes and 7 seconds here in the first quarter. 8-5, Cavemen lead. Mills, second free throw is good. So Mills gets his first point of the game. I don't know that he had points last night, so that could be his first point of the weekend. Hopefully see more from Mills offensively today. 2 minutes on the clock. And
Good passing right there.
Thomas gets it over to 2, and 2 finishes it off down in the paint. This is going to be a hard-fought battle within close range, I think, today. And if it's any indication of what happened yesterday, it's going to be a great way to change things and adjust for the Cavemen. De Leon going to work down into the post. Nice spin move. Almost got it to finish. I like the fadeaway on the close range, but it doesn't go.
Yeah, but it looked good.
It did look good. 1:33 here in the first quarter, and there's going to be a quick substitution here on the dead ball. So Centennial to throw it in here to number 12, Johnny Renteria, who's going to be handling the ball here. I think his first time into the game. And Centennial with some new faces here as well down in the paint is Kai, Braden Kai. So they're getting 2 arrests. They're big man. And Centennial found a lane. Cavemen swarmed to the ball, and they dumped it off pretty easily to Walden Thomas, and he finishes it for 2. His first 2 of the game. Chavarria looked to penetrate, bounces back out. A minute left here on the clock here in the first quarter. Chavarria has a lane. He goes up, gets blocked and bodied. No foul. So 50 seconds. Orgain has it. He passes it up to Chavarria. Chavarria has to finish, and he does. So nice finish there at the end by Chavarria. Ruben, I thought there was a foul on that previous offensive possession. What do you think?
Yeah, it was pretty close. I mean, I'm not sure, but yeah, it looked like it could have easily been a foul.
So right here, Chavarria tips it away, and it's luckily tipped off of a Centennial hand before going out of bounds, and it's Carlsbad ball. Chavarria inbounds this to Orgain. And he's going to get it back to get it across court. 25 seconds on the clock. Back to Orgain. Orgain at the wing from deep. He goes inside, kicks it out to Chavarria, who misses the pass completely through his hands, and it goes out of bounds. So it's Centennial ball with 18 seconds on the clock. And I think on that particular play, Chavarria was looking to get the shot off before he caught it, and he kind of thought about two things at once. So 18 seconds here in the first quarter. 11-9, Centennial, good ball movement up court. And a nice block from Shane Sullivan, a big one there, nice and clean. And Sullivan goes up,
and
gets it to go, and one. Beautiful play there by Shane Sullivan.
Going coast
aggressive.
to coast.
Yes, coast to coast and aggressive at the basket. And that's exactly why the Cavemen have to see Shane as
a leader for sure.
A big leader, and he brings so much value to this team offensively and defensively. That was literally the Shane show.
I was going to say that would be a good video to watch right there. The block with both hands and then taking it coast to coast.
Yes.
And one.
Beautiful. So Sullivan with the free throw, and it goes. So tack on another one for Sullivan. 5 of the 13 points for the Cavemen coming from Shane Sullivan. Having a great game. Labyrin tosses it in. 7 seconds for Centennial. Centennial trying to get something open, taking a lot of time dribbling. 2 with the three-point shot. Not even close. That was probably the farthest from going in that we've seen in the last 2 nights. I mean, that was 5 feet away from the basket. So that's the end of the first quarter. We're going to be right back for a couple of, here in just a couple of moments. This break brought to you by Southwest New Mexico College, Skeen Furniture, and SB Energy.
Yeah, I felt like they didn't use very good use of the time.
Right. So Centennial had, I don't know, what, 12, 13 seconds?
It was 8.5 seconds, but
they
thought they had 13.
Right, exactly. And that's what's crazy to me is that in the mix of like having little to no time, a lot of times teams will just try and keep from fouling. And so you almost have more, leeway than anywhere else. And they almost were going into contact like, oops, wait, excuse me.
Yeah.
And it just took up more time, unfortunately, for Centennial, but fortunately for the Cavemen, of course. So 14-9 here.
I think that's our halftime score last night, 14.
I think it was.
Yeah.
No, we didn't have, we had 9, I think, 10 points at the half yesterday. Because after 3 quarters, I think we had 14, less than 5 on average per quarter. It was rough.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, life.
So 14-9, the Cavemen start out the second quarter up by 5. Still a fairly low scoring game, but a much better pace tonight than they had last night, or today than they had last night. The Cavemen had 14 points after 3 complete quarters. They have 14 points today after 1. So we get things started. Centennial, they are working the ball into the paint as much as they can to work out of there. Same kind of method that Las Cruces had, but they've been working it into 2, a junior for the Hawks. So Centennial using about 30 seconds here of the clock just to try and secure a good pass inside. 2 tries to do a hard dribble, and Centennial isn't going to get points here. Orgain has it. He had 3 guys, beat them all, and gets it into Shane Sullivan, who finishes it at the rim. So Sullivan now with 7, and just in perfect stride, a good, really good pass, and a really good play for the Cavemen there. 7 minutes, 5 seconds in the second quarter remain. Centennial with the 3-point shot. This one not really that close. Off the back of the rim. 6 minutes, 50 seconds. And Centennial just trying to dribble around. Cavemen defense has been really good today. Lots more energy today. They came in today, Ruben, ready to play.
Yeah, they were a lot fresher than they would have been, I think, if it would have been a dogfight last night.
So
good
Centennial with
again.
a miss shot from close range. Carlsbad took it the other way. Chavarria gets it about half court pass to Shane Sullivan down in the paint. He had a guy to beat. He went up, got fouled, and he's going to get to the line to shoot too. So Shane Sullivan here has been phenomenal and a guy that you have to key in on if you're other teams. You want to take away his scoring ability, which is really hard to do, especially when he's given the green light and he's aggressive. I feel like more and more, Ruben, each game we see Coach Zumbrun just basically say, hey, Shane, if you see something, make it happen. If you see Shane with open space, get it to him. Yeah. Because he has been phenomenal and he's finishing really well. 2 free throws and he makes one of them. 17 to 9, Cavemen lead by 8. With 6 minutes, 30 seconds, Dryden Priest checks in for Shane Sullivan to get him a breather. I believe Sullivan only has 1 foul at the moment, so it's just a breather, it seems. And Priest guarding baseline. Centennial moves it around. 3-point shot there from Huntsman doesn't go. Centennial gets the rebound. Put it back up, it doesn't go. Another offensive rebound. This putback does go, and that's from number 44, Braden Kai, his first 2 points of the game. And with 6 minutes left, the Cavemen lead by 6. Orgain gets it to Priest. Priest has some space. He passes it back out to Chavarria. Chavarria looks to drive. The spin move, wide open look, doesn't take it, passes it out. And Huerta has it, gets it to Sullivan. Sullivan to Orgain. Orgain looks to drive, gets an open space. It's Priest with a 3-point shot, and this 3-point shot goes. So the first 3-point shot of the game comes almost 3 minutes into the second quarter. And this one from Dryden Priest. Centennial trying to work down into the paint against Brandon Sullivan. He plays good defense, and the Cavemen come up with a steal. Orgain from the corner with a 3-point shot. He gets it to go. And it's kind of almost like a catch-22, Ruben. You make a couple of 3-point shots, and they start to think, hey, we'll just keep shooting threes. But at the same time, you want those to hit because now you got 6 points, and you pack on a lead that you definitely needed. Guys, we're going to be right back. Stick around. We got more for you. Here's some words from our sponsors. This one's sponsored by R360 Sports and Plains Welding Supply.
30 seconds.
And that's my bad. That's definitely R360, not R360 Sports as it says on this sheet here. So regardless. Yeah, Ruben, I mean, we want the three-pointers. We want the three-point shots to land. We want them, but we don't want them in bunches. We want them to be shot when it makes the most sense.
Right. See, in that situation, I felt like Jacob should have just gone in, but he still kicked it out. I feel like he's doing so much kick out.
All right, guys, 5 minutes, 12 seconds as we come off of the timeout. We have just 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Cavemen up 23-11. 12 points is the lead for the Cavemen, and Centennial moving the ball around. Driving baseline is Huntsman, and he steps on the line. So Carlsbad's going to have it here. Priest passes it into Chavarria, and the Cavemen are going to set up an offense. Chavarria over to Brandon Sullivan. Sullivan holds on to it out at the wing, gets it to Chavarria. He's right behind him. Chavarria had to fight through two. Brandon Sullivan with the three-point shot. This one comes up short. The nice tip in offensively. Jacob? That was Jacob Chavarria. And it was almost kind of like a lucky tip in there because it was one-handed. It was full extension. It's hard to do. 4 minutes, 20 seconds. Centennial with the fake from the three-point shot from the three-point line. Huntsman takes another step in and misses the jump shot. Cavemen the other way. Chavarria over to Orgain. Orgain with the three-point shot from deep. It doesn't go. Priest tips it away, but it goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Centennial ball from the student section side. 4 minutes on the clock.
Not a whole lot of students today.
No. Saturdays, it kind of gets a little more skimpy in the student section, huh?
Yeah, or maybe they just didn't like what they saw last night, and they thought, you know what, I've got chores.
Maybe they thought they were the bad luck.
Yeah,
Let's
maybe.
give them the benefit here and say that. Okay, so 4 minutes left here in the half. Centennial working on making sure their ball movement's a little bit better. In the first quarter, they gave up a lot of turnovers, a lot of steals. They're taking a little bit more care in their passes here. They keep trying to work it inside. And they do there. Look like a good block by Dryden Priest, but they're calling it a foul, and it's going to be number 2, Walden Thomas, to the line to shoot 2. 25-11, a 14-point lead for the Cavemen. Strong lead and strong first half performance so far. First free throw is good. And I believe that's the first point for Huntsman, Ruben. Or I'm sorry, Thomas.
He has a basket. So that's his 3rd point.
All right, second free throw. High arc, no good. And Cavemen just let it go. And Thomas draws another foul off of that rebound.
It's like they went slow motion to get it. Like, oh, nobody's going to get it.
Somebody will be back there. Yeah. So that's the second team foul. Neither team has really been in danger at all to get to the double bonus with the 5 fouls in a quarter. Centennial passes it in. They get it inside to Tyler Dollar. And Brandon Sullivan, again, kind of letting the ball bounce and taking their time and risking the ball getting taken away, but Cavemen still have it. Orgain has it. Orgain goes to his left, gets it to Priest. Priest looks to get it inside, doesn't get it to Sullivan. He looked like he had some room to get that, to catch that pass. Huerta has it. Gets it to Orgain. Orgain goes to drive. Passes it to Moyers. Moyers to Priest from the corner. That's no good. And Cavemen tip it away. Centennial comes up with it. Centennial trying to move it in quickly. Stolen away by Orgain. Picked up by Moyers. Back to Orgain. 2 minutes, 50 seconds. Cavemen up by 13. And Orgain kind of lost it there, and Centennial tried to grab it away. Gets knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Caveman ball, but Orgain's going to toss this one in from the sideline. Orgain to Huerta. 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Like I said, Cavemen up by 13. Cavemen trying to move this ball around. Priest to Orgain. Orgain to Huerta. Huerta goes inside, gets it to Mario De Leon. De Leon goes in, kicks it out. He had a perfectly open look at the basket, and he decided to get rid of it. And Priest goes up. He gets the ball blocked and knocked away. So Centennial comes up with it and goes the other way. 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Number 33, Tyler Dollar, gets it into Thomas. Thomas makes a move, gets to the basket for 2. That's 5 points for Thomas so far of the Centennial 5 points. But 2 hasn't been in the game very much, and I don't think he was in foul trouble, but he could have been. Ruben, you have him down for 2 fouls, so maybe that was their concern. De Leon has it, gets it to Huerta. Huerta with some space. The foul is offensive. Wow, so that was a foul on Huerta, but he just literally seemed to do a step back dribble behind his back. So I don't know where that foul was. Regardless, 1:48, Centennial to pass it in. Centennial gets it to their guy. Cavemen with the full court press. Trying something a little different here. And they get the Hawks to get flustered. They throw it to the scorer's table. So Carlsbad's going to have a chance to tack on some more to their lead, but Centennial saying not before we put in all 5. So they're just turning over 5 for 5.
Is that turning over a new leaf?
I guess so. So Moyers passes it into Chavarria. Chavarria over to Mills. Mills fakes and goes right. Mills, I believe, a lefty. So is Chavarria. Chavarria has it. Deep from the wing, the three-point shot rattles out, no good. Centennial with the rebound from 2 gets it down court by number 12, Johnny Renteria. Centennial with 1:15 here to find themselves an open shot or something within close range. Labyrin just lazily passes it to Renteria, and it's almost taken away by Chavarria. Centennial continues to move the ball. Three-point shot, no. Decides to pass it away. Renteria over to Huntsman. Huntsman backs up. They get it into two. Two guarded by Chavarria. He's going to go to the baseline. Dishes it off. Down in the paint. And it doesn't go for number 34, Villegas. He had a wide open look at it. Nobody contested it, and he just missed it. Little too much on it. 34 seconds here. Chavarria has it. Chavarria out to Cornum. Cornum with a deep three-point shot. This one comes up short. Cavemen not good from three today. Again, having a tough time from the three-point line.
Did they call a timeout? Was it a jump ball?
It's going to be a timeout here. I think it was just a quick keep from tying it up. So that's a timeout for Centennial. We'll be right back. Here's a break brought to you by Pizza Inn and Orla Metro.
I felt like nobody had possession for them to call a timeout.
Yeah, it didn't seem like there was. So I don't know what maybe they did tie it up and called a timeout since the possession arrow is in their favor. So they're going to get the ball, and they wanted to regain some composure maybe.
I guess that's why it's hard to be a referee, because it's like no matter what you do, 50% of the people think you're wrong.
Right.
5,
it's probably true.
4, 3, 2, 1, live.
All right, guys, we got about 30 seconds here left in the timeout. We'll be seeing if the Cavemen can contain the Centennial offense and maybe turn it into 2 more points. Cavemen up by 11. They've been up by as much as, I believe, 17 points at one point. I might be wrong on that. It might have been 14 points. But Centennial coming out of their timeout now, and they're preparing to go full court. They're going to have to get through the Cavemen full court press here. In for the Cavemen is Cornum, Moyers, Mills, DeLeon, and Chavarria. Centennial breaking through the Cavemen full court press pretty easily, and they've got 15 seconds to get the ball in a position to score. Centennial just passing the ball around. They get it inside to two. Two at the free throw line. Kicks it out. They're going to call a travel here with 3 seconds left. Questionable call there, but that was against Huntsman. I didn't see it travel. He just moved his pivot foot, then decided to take off. I think that one was just a sensitive, too early call.
Yeah.
2 seconds left. Chavarria is going to have to take a deep one from half court. This one looked so good, but it came up short, and that's going to do it for the halftime. Folks, Cavemen lead 25-14, an 11-point lead, and the Cavemen look much, I could probably say that about 10 more times, better than last night, for sure. We'll be right back. This break brought to you by NGL Energy Partners, La Tienda, and Keystone Pipeline.
3 minutes.
Awesome. Can we make it 4?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay, we'll be right back.
1 minute.
How much time, April?
Uh, 20 seconds.
Okay.
10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, live.
All right, so we're here in Carlsbad as the Centennial Hawks traveled 3 hours to face off against the Cavemen. Cavemen trying to send them home with a loss. They're up 25-14 at the half. So a good look at here at the first half for the Cavemen. And, I mean, a big difference in energy, big difference in everything for the Cavemen. Shot attempts, points in the paint, points in transition are just up tremendously. And the Cavemen continuing to shoot lots of threes. I think that's the thing that's really been keeping them from achieving their full potential is their, willingness to shoot an excessive amount of threes as much as anybody else, I guess. But regardless, Cavemen, I mean, the key to the game today, obviously, as they've been having for a while, get the ball to Shane Sullivan. When Shane Sullivan has it, especially when he's able to move or get a step or two towards the basket, he finishes it really well, and he just takes care of business. Jacob Chavarria also has 6 points. Sullivan with 7 points, Orgain with 5 points. So the Cavemen have spread it around a little bit more, a lot more actually, than they did yesterday or last night. So looking forward to the second half and see what kind of adjustments Coach Zumbrin makes. We hope to see more paint points for the Cavemen. And I want to see Priest get some points in the paint. I want to see Brandon Sullivan get some points in the paint. And I even want to see, of course, Orgain and Chavarria just work it into the paint. These guys can definitely back guys in just because they handle the ball. I know that's not just, only the only thing that they do is drive and shoot threes. They can definitely use their bodies within close range as well. So we'll see what kind of adjustments are made here at the halftime. So we've got some time here at the half. We're going to take a break and be back here in a minute. This halftime break is brought to you by Intrepid Potash, Imperative Chemical, and Genesis Endeavors.
3 minutes.
Yes.
1 minute. Ten seconds. Five, four, three, two, one, and you're live.
Hey guys, we're here with about a minute left in the half, or in the halftime break. But the Cave Girls, we just got word, won 28-27 on a game-winning floater from Abby Dugan. So, of course, Abby Dugan gets the game winner. Who else do you put the ball into the hands of for, you know, the end of the game on the line? There's nobody else, right?
No.
So who would you put the ball into the hands of here for the Cavemen with, 10 seconds left and we're down by 2? Who are you giving the ball to?
Oh, it's Shane Sullivan all day.
Shane Sullivan every single day.
Yeah. No, he's just gotten to where he's just so consistent and just like you can just expect it to go in when he shoots. I feel like the other ones are good and they can do it, but it's not as consistent.
Well, see, I think the thing about Sullivan is that when he wants it, when he really wants a basket, he's going to work his way to the basket and not settle for anything less than a good-looking shot. And I think that's really what separates him in the last couple of games. It's just been that he works his way to shots that are favorable for his gameplay. It's not just, hey, this is what I'm going to settle for. He made a 3 last night. That was the only 3 I think he took last night. And it's just because, hey, I'd rather, scrape together points the way I know how than just to kind of settle. And I like the way that he plays. So we just came off of the halftime break, and Cavemen are going to pass it in. They'll have first possession in the third quarter, and Sullivan gets it to Chavarria. Chavarria going to get it cross court, and Cavemen up by 11 to start the half. Huerta, Sullivan, Chavarria, and Orgain in the game for the Cavemen. Orgain has it at the wing, skips it across to Chavarria. Chavarria with the three-point shot. That one doesn't go, and the Hawks get the rebound. Renteria gets the start in the second half for the Hawks. Didn't start at the beginning of the game, but he's been playing more of a role for the Hawks here as of lately. So he gets it over to Labyrin. Labyrin back to Renteria. Renteria to Thomas. Thomas passes it into 2. 2 has to face off against Brandon Sullivan. He gets it knocked away by Chavarria. Regains possession, goes up, gets blocked. And who blocked that? Shane? The 7 minutes, 10 seconds, and they get the ball inside. Number 13, Ruiz Labyrin. Labyrin, 6 points for Centennial. Kind of a quiet 6 points, really. Just kind of doing what he has to when he gets the ball. 6 minutes and 55 seconds. Sullivan to Orgain. Orgain drives baseline, gets it out to Brandon Sullivan. A wide open look at the basket, and first three-point shot of the second half for the Cavemen goes in for Brandon Sullivan.
His first basket of the game.
Yes. 6 minutes, 40 seconds. Thomas tries to get it into 2, and he's fouled by Sullivan. He got a bit of an arm there on the incoming pass. 6 minutes, 36 seconds. Centennial has it under their own basket. Priest comes in for Sullivan. Sullivan with his 3rd foul. So if you're Centennial, you're trying to key in on drawing fouls from Sullivan, maybe pump faking and going up, in the paint to try and draw a block attempt or something like that. 2 had it in the paint, went up with it, had a good look, didn't go. Centennial gets their own rebound, gets it back to 2. This time he doesn't miss. That's his 5th point of the game for the Hawks. 28-18. Chavarria over to Orgain. Orgain to Huerta, and Huerta thought about the three-point shot, decided not to take it. Gets it to Brandon Sullivan. He passes it over top to Orgain at the corner 3. It doesn't go for him on that shot attempt. And I mean, I don't know, Ruben. I think just the way that the game is nowadays. It's largely 3-point shots, and there's philosophies behind it. You know, it's worth more points on the 3-point shot, so you can miss more and still kind of catch the same amount of points or whatever, but it's hard to make them up when it's such a high volume and it's so many misses, I think. 5 minutes, 45 seconds. Centennial has it down in the paint, and they draw the foul against Brandon Sullivan. This one is going to be Walden Thomas getting to the line to shoot two. He has another quiet night or quiet day with 5 points. He's going to try and make it 7 here. Like I said before, Abby Dugan finished it off today for the Cave Girls, 28 to 27 on a floater, so it was a do or die shot. And she made it happen, so Cave Girls tack on another win to their already impressive record. So he makes his second free throw. And no, he only made one.
Okay.
All right, so 5 minutes, 35 seconds. Orgain has it, gets it up to Priest. Priest works it in. Nice spin move, gets an open shot. Good look, good shot. Doesn't go. Gotta love moves like that, Ruben.
For sure.
5 minutes, 20 seconds. And Centennial found a hole down in the paint and missed the original attempt by Labyrin. They get it on the second try on the offensive rebound from 2. 7 points from 2. 5 minutes on the clock. Chavarria goes up. He's going to get called for the charge. Lost the ball.
Lost the ball, but I felt like he got
ran
fouled.
in. It did seem that way. Like he got hit on the arm, hacked a little bit.
I feel like number 13 got the worst end of it though, because he went down hard.
5 minutes left in the third quarter. We'll be right back after a few words from our sponsors. This break brought to you by Garner's Motorsports, Frank Valderrama, and Forest Tire.
30 seconds.
All right, Ruben, again, I mean, I think what kills me is we, like as a team, and not just pointing out any certain person from the Cavemen, but just as a team, we miss a few threes, no problem taking more. We miss one in the paint, it's like, whoa, let's
no more in the paint.
Why are we doing that, right? So,
3,
I don't know.
2, 1, live.
Because, Ruben, I liked the Dryden Priest working inside. I like when Brandon Sullivan does the same thing. Mario De Leon, I like the move he made in the first quarter. Worked his way, backed his defender in, did a turnaround jumper, and it didn't go in. But I'll take that all day long if I'm a coach, and maybe even more so if he goes in towards the basket rather than a fadeaway. But regardless, it's close range, much easier to, make those happen.
Well, also you figure the more often you do it, the easier it is and the more comfortable you're going to get doing it. Doesn't matter the pace or anything.
Exactly. So Cavemen get a stop on one end of the court, and they get a fast break on the other end as they skip it up to Orgain, and he finishes it at the basket. A nice day for Orgain with 7 points so far for the Cavemen. Centennial takes it the other way quickly, getting it to 2, and he finishes it right on the right side of the basket.
They're starting to keep it close now. It's a 7-point game.
30 to 23. Cavemen up by 7. 2 for Centennial. His name is 2, by the way, if you're just joining us. And there's a 3-point attempt by Huerta. That one doesn't go. But 2 has 9 points. So Centennial going to try and close that gap a little bit more here. A hesitant. Looked like it could have been some kind of violation. Like double dribble or something, but I don't know if he dribbled. So Centennial very clearly trying to just get the ball inside with an open path to Kulikin 2. And when they get it to him, he's drawn fouls, or he's gotten it inside, or he at least gets an offensive rebound and restarts the offense. So, I mean, you've got 3 options when you get the ball to him, and it's always kind of a good choice for Centennial. The Hawks get it inbounds, and number 34, Atencio Villegas gets fouled by Chavarria. That's his fourth foul. first foul.
First, but the 5th team foul, so he'll be going to the line.
So this is really, it's super different foul counts right here.
Yeah.
5 for the Cavemen, 0 for Centennial.
Yeah.
As they've been a little more aggressive maybe because they have to. This is what's happening, Ruben. We talk about it time and time again as that first free throw doesn't go for Villegas, is that when you get the ball in close range, you're going to draw more fouls, you're going to get more opportunities. You know, in other sports, you put the ball on the ground, you got your guy running, you know, in baseball, you put the ball in play, good things happen. It's very much the same thing in basketball. You continue to grind it out, things are going to happen for you. You got more than one options.
Yeah.
Priest gets it to Chavarria, and they're going to call for an offensive foul, say it was a moving screen against Dryden Priest. And it almost seemed like he just passed it and, like, moved away. It wasn't like he was trying to, but maybe running into another guy that's also running into you is now a foul, Ruben.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit much. Is it shooting if they – maybe it's on certain fouls, huh?
Maybe
like
so.
Like,
maybe it's – I think it's only on ball fouls, not, you know, off-ball fouls. But anyways, 30-23. And the Hawks have Huntsman bringing it down. He gets it into – Two passes it out. Orgain knocks it away. Goes out of bounds. It's going to be Centennial ball. The student section side of the sideline. 3 minutes, 10 seconds. 7-point lead still holds for the Cavemen. Centennial is threatening more than ever in this quarter, especially with how many fouls the Cavemen have. They have to play smart defense. You can't give anything away, but that's the beauty of attracting a bunch of fouls. You almost kind of get that leeway. And here again, 2 draws a foul, and he's going to get to the line. He'll have an opportunity. He'll have an opportunity to pull the lead down to 5. And the foul was on Moyers?
Yes, Jonah Moyers.
So that is and it still says 5th team foul up on the scoreboard, but I think it's like their 7th team foul.
Well, they had a 6 while ago, but I think what happens is after 5, it doesn't matter. It's going to always be the same. So it's kind of like when it would go to 7, you know, before, then it would still be
that makes sense.
Until it got to 10. Then
I guess then why not just say there's 4?
Yeah.
Because after 4, it's right.
Yeah, but it's after 4. This at 5, I don't know.
Oh, but I see. 5 minutes, 45 seconds. Just a little debating, but 2 came away with 1 point on that free throw trip, so he pulls the lead down to 6 points. 30-24, the Cavemen lead.
Oh, they're calling on 13 against Moyers. They're trying to get low position, and he says he's grabbing his shirt or something. I don't know.
Okay, so number 13, Labyrin, with his 2nd foul today. Chavarria gets it off the inbounds, drives baseline, kicks it out to Cornum. Cornum misses the 3-point shot. Moyers gets the rebound. Moyers to Chavarria. Chavarria, a lot of space behind his defender. He gets the screen from De Leon. De Leon backs off, and the 3-point shot from Moyers no good. Cornum knocks it away off the rebound. 2 minutes, 5 seconds on the clock. And they push the ball up to Kulikin, 2, and Mario De Leon with his daily dose of charge.
His signature move.
That's right. So, I mean, he comes in, and it's like, where am I going to need to be to set up?
Spot. Yeah.
He sets up camp, and bam.
And it gives his 3rd foul, so he goes to the bench for a while, so that's a big deal.
It really is.
Everything kind of flows through him.
Plays more of a role than just a little seemingly one foul will do. And Orgain gets up, gets some air, and gets fouled on his way up. So he'll have an opportunity to get a couple back for the Cavemen. First free throw for Orgain is good. Orgain doing a lot more on offense than we saw yesterday. He's got 8 points. This one makes it 9. So 9 points for Orgain of the 32 total. So he's played a good role here in today's game. And here he gets a steal. Him and Herrera.
Oh, they stole
aggressive, get the steal. And he's going to move it. Drives baseline, tries to pass it away, and they're going to call it a foul as he went up to pass it.
Was it on Huntsman?
Or
was it 12?
And that is on Huntsman. So Trayson Huntsman with his second foul of the game. The inbounds from Orgain goes to Herrera. Back to Orgain. Orgain has space, doesn't take it. Passes it away.
Behind the back.
A minute 23. Herrera to De Leon. De Leon looks at Orgain.
Oh.
And I fully believe De Leon could go to the basket there.
Yeah.
Like, just use his body, back a guy in. I'd be cool with that. But instead, Centennial takes it the other way and gets it to go. Who scored that one?
I don't know if it was Huntsman or Thomas.
We'll say Huntsman.
Okay.
And Orgain gets points in the paint. There we go.
Somebody's
That's
listening.
what we look for. That's
Somebody's
what we
listening.
look for. We should call it out. Most points in the paint, and you get like an ASB shirt.
Yeah, that's what we need to do. We'll print some T-shirts up and do that.
45 seconds on the clock. Incentivize those high percentage shots.
The old school.
That's right.
Down low.
Hey, and use the backboard, you get extra points.
We'll even give Brisby one for.
Yeah. Oh, Brisby would have been.
He would have been
10 shirts. He wouldn't have been able to carry them on his own.
He'd have got his own merch.
That's right. So number 34, Andres Atencio Villegas gets to the line. He has 1 point so far for the Hawks. Drew the foul against De Leon. His second foul of the game. And the first free throw for Villegas goes in. 34 seconds on the clock remaining here in the third quarter. Second free throw is good, so they're able to hit the buzzer and get in another player. That is number 44, Braden Kai, coming in for Ruiz Labyrin, I'm sorry. And Orgain uses the De Leon screen.
Nice.
Gets all the way to the basket, gets fouled on his, not even on his way up, more of like
body
on his way
or something.
down almost, I guess.
Yeah, I think he should have still finished. But either way, he gets 2 shots at the line.
So 21 seconds, and Orgain can move this lead up to 8 points for the Cavemen if he can make both. The first free throw is no good. Hoping to make it a 7-point lead. Couple of dribbles. The spin and the shot is good. So 7-point lead for the Cavemen, 35-28. And Orgain has 12 points. Centennial takes it down the other way fairly quickly.
Walk.
And they get stopped quickly by the defense, and they force Centennial to walk right there. So a travel call by the referee. It's going to be Orgain bringing it down for the Cavemen. He gets trapped, tosses it over to Cornum. The three-point shot from the wing, no good, but Herrera
nice
gets the
follow-up.
offensive rebound and the putback.
That was nice.
So Herrera with his first 2 points of the game come at the end of the at the third quarter with just, I don't know, less than a second left. All right, folks, we're going to be right back. We're taking a break. And this break brought to you by First American Banks, Easy Rentals, and Energy Pros.
1 minute.
All right, well, Cavemen had a pretty good third quarter. You saw a lot more penetration, a lot more fouls that they were able to draw. I think they were able to draw about 4 or 5 fouls from Centennial, and they put Centennial's biggest threat into foul trouble.
Centennial had 14 points and we had 12, so we kept it close, but it was starting to look like they were going to crawl back in the game. I think they were at 4 points at one time, so they were cutting it kind of close, but no, they definitely looked a lot better towards the end of the quarter.
So we'll see how the Cavemen fare in the fourth quarter, as they do have the clear advantage with a 9-point lead. And
5,
Centennial
4, 3,
has to deal with
2,
some foul
1,
trouble.
Live.
So 8 minutes remain in this game as we get started in the fourth quarter. Cavemen up 37-28. If you're just joining us, this is a pretty solid game here today on this Saturday, this nice Saturday. We got some football to watch here tonight as well.
There's some football going on right now.
That's right.
The Chiefs and the Texans are playing right now, and then
Ooh.
later on it's the Commanders and the Lions. So a couple of good games.
I wonder how good that second game will be, but regardless.
I think it'll be a lot better than the first game.
Centennial had it, passed it around, and got it knocked away. Kind of a sloppy play by Centennial as it got kicked out of bounds, and Carlsbad has the ball. Chavarria gonna get it across half court here. 7 minutes, 40 seconds. Chavarria gonna use the screen from Sullivan, and Shane Sullivan gets a three-point shot up. This one comes up short, and it comes off of the face of number 34, Andres.
It was a header, huh?
It was a header. Wrong sport, I guess, huh? But it goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Carlsbad ball under their own basket. 7 minutes, 32 seconds. Orgain to pass it in. He passes it in to Sullivan. Sullivan, we want to see him back it in. He does.
There he goes.
Nice spin move. Got a good look.
Oh,
jumped
nice.
up. Had some time, and it doesn't go. Good play there by Sullivan, but Cavemen don't get the points on it. 7 minutes, 20 seconds. Centennial dribbling it around, almost just with no plan on that particular play. They finally set things up. Centennial drive baseline, kick it out. Labyrin gets it to 2-2. Nice and easy to the basket, and gets 2 in the paint. And he's got quite a few points there for Centennial. Easily their high point scorer. He is
11.
the key to their offense without a doubt. So Sullivan over to Huerta. The lineup for the Cavemen is their 5 starters. 6 minutes, 35 seconds. Orgain goes to drive. Kicks it out to Shane Sullivan. Sullivan goes baseline, gets up. Nice move at the basket, gets it over the tallest Centennial defender, and strong move by Shane Sullivan.
That was his first points in the second half, which was a surprise.
Wow, yeah. He has 9 points so far from my record. Ruben, you have that too?
10. I have 10.
Okay, so we're going to be right back. Quick 30-second timeout. This one brought to you by CMB Bank and Constructors, Inc.
30.
All right, Ruben, we're not able to monetize this game on YouTube because of all the bangers that Donnie plays.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
They're copywritten, so it's
DJ
just kinda,
Donnie.
Yeah. But it's worth it, so worth it.
Yeah.
But guys, if you're over on YouTube, check out our latest video, the best mascot in the nation. All right, guys, we have a contest coming up for the best mascot in the nation. It's the Carlsbad Cavemen, obviously. No mascot means more to what the city is than the Cavemen. I mean, tell me that there's one more. There might be something equal, but not more. And so they're actually entering a contest to see who wins. So check out the video that we made, the hype video, over on YouTube. A like there would help, I think, towards the voting.
Nice move. 34.
So a nice move here quickly. The Centennial Hawks score off of the timeout for Villegas, his 5th point. And Cavemen have it. They have to go across half court, but referee's timeout, as I guess there was some sweat or some water or something on the ground. So they send out a coach from the Cavemen team to go and dry it off.
It looks like they can't find it.
Yeah, it must have just dried up quick.
It evaporated. Donnie had it just go into the floor.
You know what we need to have is those like NBA moppers that just run out and boom, 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 boom. And you just get a couple of students out there.
Yep.
Pay them in popcorn or nachos.
Or sodas.
Call it good. 6 minutes, and the Cavemen get the ball back in bounds as the game starts back up again. Huerta has it from the wing, deep. He's trying to beat his defender. He's going to get called for 5 seconds. No. It was about maybe a quarter of a second from getting called. He had the ball for a while.
He started blowing into the whistle, and then he stopped.
Yeah. He got lucky. He had to cough, and so he couldn't blow the whistle right away. But Orgain draws the foul on the ground. So the first team foul for Centennial here is the first team foul period in this quarter. Orgain goes to the basket. He goes up. He gets fouled very clearly. No call.
No whistle on that one.
Wow.
It almost looked like he was body surfing.
Right.
He
was in there he was up in the air for a while, and he got about 3 different points of contact. Looked like he could have committed a foul there, but maybe a makeup call for the referees. A nice steal from Jacob Chavarria. He goes to the basket.
Nice
he gets
move.
it to go and one. Most exciting play of the day, maybe.
Maybe.
But Chavarria is going to try for a 3-point play here. He's got 8 points so far for the Cavemen. He can make it 9, and he can make it a 10-point lead. As the Cavemen lead 41-32 here with 5 minutes, 14 seconds. A pivotal
Nice.
free throw shot, and he gets it to go. So Chavarria with 9 points here. And this is what we expect. I mean, yesterday we got limited action offensively from Orgain and Chavarria, and both of them there are flirting with double digits.
Yeah.
Orgain has been in double digits. Chavarria with 9. 5 minutes on the clock. Centennial driving baseline. Huntsman tries to get it to 2. It knocks off of his hands. Orgain has it. Going the other way. Draws contact. No call there.
Come on.
The play.
That's
Very,
bad.
I mean, that was the most obvious, maybe,
yeah, I don't
foul
understand.
of the night.
I don't understand how
of
you
the
don't
day.
call anything.
That was ridiculous. So 2 has it here. And I am baffled by the no call there. And it's
the
maybe no
cheerleaders-
wonder that our guys don't drive to the back. They don't get calls here at home.
Yeah, I feel like the cheerleaders had to lift him up and push him back on the floor because he
Right.
went rolling into them.
Yeah, and he's all bloodied and bruised. No foul call. 4 minutes, 20 seconds, 42-34. Orgain gets to the basket. More contact, no call, but he finishes it. So Orgain's almost getting callous to this. He's going to the basket, but now he's just got to be tougher. The foul calls, I think, will come.
I feel like if he doesn't get contact, then he's going to be going, "What's going on?"
Yeah,
they're not
he'll start
paying attention to me.
He'll start putting his hands up when they're clean, huh? Like,
Yeah.
whoa, what the heck? Y'all didn't even care? So good steal there by Chavarria. Huerta comes up with it, and he gets fouled. And the referee finally gets the whistle to work.
Yeah, I think his whistle was stuck.
They need to have extra whistles on the side, like maybe just toss it in whenever they need it. But 3 minutes, 53 seconds.
I feel like it should be like a tip at a restaurant. You start taking dollars away as they start making more mistakes. And then by the end of the night, you're like, you know what? We broke even with you this
Wow,
tonight.
is that what you do at restaurants? I'm like,
If they're bad, if the
We got
service
some-
is bad, maybe.
we got some servers
Probably
that are going to be
not,
like, no,
probably not.
I don't really want him at my table. So DeLeon tries to work it into Sullivan, kind of a very long, drawn-out pass there, and it got stolen away. Centennial takes it to the other side and scores, gets it into 2, and no surprise there. 2 has 14 points from what I can read here.
I've got 13. Maybe he made one more free throw than
He
what I
did.
have.
So on the other end, Centennial tips it away, and Carlsbad is going to throw it in here on the student section side of the sideline, and it's 3 minutes, 28 seconds.
8-point game.
Chavarria drives down into the paint, kicks it out to Huerta. Huerta getting guarded closely by Thomas. Huerta, I'm surprised hasn't been called for 5 seconds, gets it to Sullivan. Sullivan misses the three-point shot from the corner, and 2 comes up with the rebound. Sullivan tips it away. Centennial back with it. Villegas gets it to 2, and I mean, that was Aris, I'm sorry. That gets it to 2, and man, 16 points for the big man from Centennial. 2:50. Chavarria kicks
gotta
it to
finish right
Orgain.
there.
Orgain with the three-point shot comes up short. Orgain follows his shot
Yeah, that's a good one.
and spins.
Oh,
What a play for Orgain!
Where's the foul?
There
I can't
it
believe
is.
that. I can't believe that they don't call a foul.
I think it's
like,
maybe the 4th missed foul call here today against Orgain, but he's getting stronger as the game goes on. It's like they're just adding power to his skill set.
Yeah, I don't understand it. It's almost like they go, you know what? I don't care what Orgain does.
Yeah.
We're not calling a foul against him.
Number 2, not going to call a foul. Guys, we're going to get a break here. This one's sponsored by Carter's Air Conditioning, Denton Wood Funeral Home, and Desert Hills Electric. Wow, Ruben.
30.
That was just, I mean, what a play by Orgain to finish. You got to keep your eye on the prize at the backboard, but man.
It's going to sound like we're on repeat. We've said that like 4 times tonight.
It's been at least that.
Oh, that's not a foul? Oh, that's not like we're just complaining. But if you were here watching, you would see that it is bad. It's a lot of contact and he's getting pushed around like bullied, and he's still making him in the basket.
2, 1, live.
All right, guys, we got 15 seconds here on the timeout here in the 4th quarter. Cavemen still hold an 8-point lead, and that's largely due to the points that they've been able to score on drives and putbacks. I mean, they've done well on being aggressive. Ruben, I just saw a great play by Orgain. Number 1, by following his shot, which, I mean, it's almost not it's not that cool to do anymore, right? You don't, who's going to follow their shot? That's not a flashy thing, but dude went hard.
That's what happens, yeah.
He was aggressive, went back, got the rebound, went back the other way, and finished it at the basket, falling down.
He's grabbing his
on
elbow
a spin move.
So you know he's got like a funny bone that's all out of whack now, but he's still making baskets.
That's right. So a travel call here against Centennial as they tried to look for a 3-point shot. That one was from Aris, who's back in the game. He started the game for Centennial, but he has been turning it over here a lot in the 4th quarter. Chavarria, he had a lane, didn't take it, has it again, doesn't take it, gets it to Sullivan. Sullivan back to Chavarria. Chavarria's got good size. He can power his way through some stuff, but he just kind of hangs back, gets it to Orgain. Orgain to Shane Sullivan. Sullivan's got a look at the basket, kicks it out to Huerta. Huerta with the 3-point shot. Finally, a 3-point shot for the Cavemen goes.
Huerta.
That is only the 4th 3-point shot made from the Cavemen throughout the game, so they're averaging 1 per quarter. I don't know if that's the true average. It might have been 2-0-1-1, but still.
So I'm plugging real quick the ASB show tonight from 6 to 9 p.m.
That's right.
You're listening to the radio.
Yep, on 104.1 FM. Check it out. So it's going to be a blocking call against Orgain. Hey, what do you know? Called the foul on him.
Yeah.
That's okay. 1:34 remain here in the 4th quarter. And number 13, Ruiz Labyrin to throw it in, and a good hustle play by Huerta to go and knock it out of bounds right away. And Labyrin's going to throw it in again for Centennial. Centennial gets it to Huntsman. Huntsman with a tough shot from the corner of the free throw line, and a nice putback from Huntsman. Offensive rebound there by number 2, Walden Thomas. And Carlsbad's going to call a timeout here to regain, maybe just get another game plan going. But the Cavemen up by 9. They've looked good here. They've kept the lead strong and have been pretty consistent. We'll be right back, guys, for a few words from our sponsors. This break brought to you by A.R. Foreman, B&B Equipment, and Carlsbad Chevrolet. 60, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, we need to talk about this girl. There's a girl in Lubbock, Texas. Lubbock, Monterey. She's the #1 high school player in the country.
Wow. 3 hours away.
Averages like 1,000 points a season. So that's probably, what would you say, about 35, 36 points a game probably?
The amount of the amount of points that she must make in a game is probably more than what I make when I like fall asleep and I'm like, dang, I'm having a good game. Wait, I didn't play basketball. But she's living that. I mean, it's crazy though when you're able to watch that. You see highlights. Even I forgot the girl's name from El Dorado, that was having an insane run in her junior and senior campaigns.
Isn't she a senior this year?
Oh, maybe she is.
Yeah, I think she is. But yeah, it's crazy. But it's hard to compare like the #1 player in the nation. Like you're comparing yourselves to people in New York and California.
Right.
And other
well,
states.
because they go and play showcases and stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
3, 2, 1, live.
All right, Chavarria passes it to Sullivan, and he passes it right back. Chavarria trying to get past 2 defenders as Centennial came in with a full court press, and Carlsbad couldn't hang with it. They got called for the 10-second violation, couldn't get past half court.
I feel like
So
he was just trying to do it all himself, and they needed to spread it out a little bit.
So Centennial is going to need to get some offense going quick.
Yeah.
They've got a minute to go, a minute 5.
And they're down
on
9.
the clock. Shane Sullivan knocks it away. Good steal by the Cavemen, and Chavarria has it. He throws it off of Huntsman. Good heads-up play by Chavarria. He's from a pretty athletic family, so he's got an arm on him. He threw it off of him pretty good.
Oh, yeah. He could throw a baseball past the length of the court, I'm sure.
Hey, are you talking about with the basketball?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant with the baseball, Mike. Okay, that's not that impressive, but 58 seconds and the Cavemen call a timeout. We're going to take a break. This one brought to you by 4 Elements, AGH, and Carlsbad Ford.
30.
All right, so Ruben, yeah, today's game is a huge turnaround. The Cavemen able to score almost 3 times what they scored yesterday. I mean, it's like a night and day transition adjustment made. I think more than anything, the adjustment I've seen is the energy.
The energy and the attitude. I feel like their attitude is like, you know what, we're not going to get denied. These guys don't have a great record, but you know what? It could happen just like it did last night, and we're gonna make things happen. We
Cavemen with great energy today. Absolutely. All right, so Shane Sullivan gonna bring it in for the Cavemen. Cavemen gonna go with their full court press breaker. And they got Brandon Sullivan under the other basket. I'd love to see them just baseball pass it all the way down. They don't see it here. They don't really have someone back here for him all the way. They've got the lane.
They should try it.
Just put it up.
Just to do it.
I mean, if he threw it hard enough, there's no way you could react to it. There was about 20 feet of separation.
Yeah. Hey, maybe you should do the wave, kind of like, hey.
57 seconds on the clock, and Centennial has Labyrinth tossing it in. Cavemen up 9. Centennial needs big points here soon. I'd imagine they're going to start to lean on the three-point shot. Here's Huntsman with a three-point shot. This one, it goes.
Oh, dang, a lot of bouncing.
Good play by Huntsman.
Huntsman's starting to catch fire in the second half.
Yeah, he is. So Orgain going the other way, and he draws the foul. That one comes from 2, and if they give it to him, I think that's his 4th or 5th.
Yeah, 4th.
And that's tough for Centennial. You can't have him foul out, but of course, with 42 seconds left, there's no reason to save anything. This is where you put it all out on the line.
You can't take him with you on the bus.
2 for Shane Sullivan. Perfect pass over the top from Orgain. And Sullivan with 2 more points to his stat line. 32 seconds on the clock. Centennial, this game's over. Carlsbad comes up with a win, and we'll see what Centennial does to try and answer. Baseline, Huerta fouls. And number 42, Anthony Aris, is going to get to the line to shoot 2. I think it was just an attempt at blocking that, but I mean, it was kind of a hard swing, you think. Just in the, I mean, not on purpose, but.
Wait, you want it to be
30, well, I just think as
intentional?
No, I'm just thinking as a viewer, like, why are we fouling with 30 seconds left up by a lot?
You don't want to give him an easy shot.
No, so now made the second free throw as well. So now it's a 6-point game, and Orgain has it. Orgain
going for
all the way, tried to get the dunk, got fouled.
Got fouled, no call, of course.
Where do the whistles go when Orgain puts it up? Huntsman with a deep 3, and it doesn't go. And his teammates had an opportunity to get the offensive rebound right in front of them. They just let it go.
Do you think I could get an interview from the 3 referees right after the game?
Maybe we can try.
Go, what happened in this 6 situations? Probably 6 times.
We got the referee post-game interview here. And
point of view. I want to see your point of view.
We just really didn't think it was necessary to call those. Oh, okay, thank you. Chavarria
That's all I
gets it over to Huerta. Huerta bounces it up to Brandon Sullivan, and Sullivan has his 5th point of the game, and that'll do it. Cavemen with a strong bounce-back performance, 53-45. This is a good one, good win. We'll be right back, guys, for the post-game show here in just a moment. This break brought to you by Carlsbad.
2 minutes.
You did good, Aaron.
All right, guys. So if you're watching on YouTube, we appreciate it. Today, Ruben, who we have for player of the game for the Cavemen?
Player of the game is going to be Kieran Orgain with 16 points, and a close second is Shane Sullivan with 12.
Yeah.
And a lot of energy all the way around. Chavarria with 9 points. And you had Zena Suerta and Brandon Sullivan with 5 apiece. So,
That's
yeah,
good.
we spread out some of the points quite a bit. But, yeah, the top 2 scorers, Orgain and Sullivan.
Yeah, Orgain, I mean, let's be honest. Orgain could have had a good 20-plus with some foul calls, with some stuff on his side.
Sure. Yeah.
He missed some shots that were not really his fault. I mean, you get full body contact, and you're still expected to make it without a foul call is just wild. So, I mean, that's kind of the way I see it. Yes, Orgain had a great game offensively, bounced back from a really small game yesterday. I think he had,
5,
less than
4,
5?
3,
Yeah. He had 2
2,
points last
1,
night.
live.
All right, guys, we're going to award the player of the game to Kieran Orgain. 16 points on the game. And, of course, Cavemen did a really good job today of distributing the ball all throughout. They got a lot of points in the paint. The three-point shots were limited to only, I think, 4 total three-pointers made. Cavemen maybe went from 30 three-pointers yesterday to maybe 15 today. So it's still a lot. There's still place. There's room for improvement. There's still place to grow, but it's much more reasonable, and percentages grow that way. They made a lot of points in the paint and got a lot of second chances with offensive rebounds and fighting for the ball like they didn't do yesterday.
Yeah. You saw a different team tonight or this afternoon, and hopefully get them ready for district, because we have 2 games play against Lovington on Tuesday, and then I think after that district starts, and that'll be the rest of the season going into the state tournament.
That's right. It's Lovington, and then we go into it's Lovington, Goddard, Chaparral, and then it's district time. So, yeah, we got a couple of games left here. The next game that we'll be calling is on the 21st on Tuesday against Lovington, a double feature. The Cavemen and the Cave Girls both play away in Lovington, so don't miss out on that. Guys, we appreciate you for listening to the show. We are Trey and Ruben of All Sports Best, here partnering up with KAMQ 96.3 FM and Red Rocket Media. A big shout out to our producer on video today, Aaron Gonzalez, and we appreciate what he does. We'll be back with you guys on Tuesday, so tune in then.
Off.